Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my videos. In this video, I am actually going to show you some of my favorite comic books from my childhood. And this is actually something that I don't think that I've ever really spoken about in great detail before. But I used to be a pretty hardcore Hulk fan, at least for a short period of time back in the 90s. And what I kind of came to realize is that the reason that I was such a fan of the Hulk was because of the particular artist that was actually drawing the Hulk at the time, back in the 90s. A guy by the name of Keown. This dude's ability to draw the Incredible Hulk I found incredibly compelling. And what's interesting is that I actually had an opportunity to meet him at some point in 1992. I don't remember meeting him. I honestly do not remember meeting this man at all, but I know that I did. And in this video, I'll show you exactly why I remember that. But I want to show you a couple of the books from my childhood that just are some of my favorites from when Dale was actually working on Incredible Hulk. And then I'm also going to show you another series that I absolutely love that this guy did. Not just for the art, but also because I think that the character is actually incredibly compelling. And it's a character that I personally would love to see make a return, because I don't think he's published right now, but I would love to see this character return, possibly even in like a streaming service or something like that. That would be fantastic. So without any further ado, I want to show you a couple of books in this episode of the Random Run. And the very first book that I'm going to show you is, to me, a really iconic book. It is clearly from my childhood because it is beat up. And so this is not one that I took great care of, but this is Incredible Hulk number 373, and it features the Gray Hulk, and this cover immediately takes me right back to Kenosha Street in Oak Park, Michigan, where I actually went to high school. And this book just, again, transports me back in time because I remember reading this book in the basement back in the 90s. Really, really cool book featuring Incredible Hulk. This next one to me is just, it is a fantastic, and I can tell you, so Alex Ross received a ton of credit for something that he did over the last couple of years. But this is the book that I immediately think of when I think of a face cover. And this is, well, there's also Amazing Spider-Man 55. That's another one, but neither here nor there. This is Incredible Hulk number 379. And that is a striking cover. I absolutely love this cover. And as I mentioned, I met Dale in 1992. I do not remember it, but you might ask how I know is because this book is actually signed. Right there, Dale Keown, and it's dated 92. That is how I know that I actually met him, because I have his signature on this book and a couple of others, one of which I'm actually going to show you right now. So absolutely love that cover. I love the level of detail that is in his face, his facial expression. I mean, it is really, really compelling to me. Not only did they put it on the cover, but they also put it down here in the box, which I think is incredibly great. So this next one is probably one of Dale's most recognizable covers, and it is one that I can literally close my eyes and remember from my childhood. And that I can do that even if I hadn't stared at this book recently, right? Because it is, again, such an iconic book. This is Incredible Hulk number 377, a newsstand copy, and again, right in the middle of the silhouette there, it is Dale's signature. And honestly, what I have come to realize is that my own personal signature looks a little bit like that. It's mine is a little bit of a star where I basically just combine my whole name into like one star where I just call it a day. But again, maybe that was influenced by Dale. Who knows? But I absolutely love this book. This is Incredible Hulk 377. That is, I think, the first print. I wish that I had like the third print because that book I think is still really expensive. But that was a really cool book, and I honestly wish that I had remembered meeting Dale back in the day. So here's another book. I actually think I have like 3 or 4 copies of this book somehow. I think I purchased 1 or 2, and then some have been acquired through collections that I've picked up. But you cannot show a book from the 90s without showing some kind of foil. And so in that the spirit of that, here is Incredible Hulk 393, a little bit of a homage, if you will, to Incredible Hulk #1. Really cool cover right here. This is, I actually really dig, again, how he renders Incredible Hulk. I think he does just such a fantastic job that I love. I love his version. I love Mark Bagley's version of Incredible Hulk. And then Eric Larson, I think, did a pretty good version of Hulk as well. But I definitely dig this one. So, cool copy. And another character, as I mentioned earlier, that Dale worked on is probably one of my favorites. And it to some degree is a favorite because it's almost identical to the Incredible Hulk. It is almost identical. It's a really cool character, and I actually just picked up another copy of this book that I will probably show you in another haul video. But I already have like 5 copies of this book raw, again, because it's a cover, it's a book that I enjoy, and I really enjoy the story. This is Pit #1, and that again is such a striking face cover. This thing is gorgeous. What does it say down there? Rippin' first issue. I absolutely love how he did this, and to see the two of them kind of side by side, it is quite striking. Quite striking. I love Pitt and Little Timmy. I actually went back and reread, I think like the first 9 or 10 issues of this, and just enjoyed it. I would love to see Pitt come back as like a streaming service, maybe animation. It really wouldn't matter to me. I think the character is fantastic. And so in the spirit of that, here is Pit #2. Again, another really cool cover right here where you can actually see, his physique. And again, the guy looks a lot like the Incredible Hulk in terms of like his build. They gave him some extra teeth and some claws, but it looks a lot like the Incredible Hulk to me. And here is issue #4. Just another really cool cover right there featuring the face of Pitt against one of his arch enemies or something like that. Cool book. And then to the point that I've been trying to make, there is actually a face-off issue. And a subscriber actually sent me this one. I honestly did not know about this particular book, but this is Peter David and Dale Keown. It is Hulk Pit. It is a one-shot where the two of these guys meet up. And again, it's like the same character, but definitely a really cool book right here. So just wanted to kind of share that. And I think I'm actually going to wrap this up. I'm going to wrap this video up, but what I will do is in just a few moments, I'm actually going to show you these covers a little bit closer, and then I'll also show you a couple of other Dale Keown covers that I did not show in this first part. So definitely stay tuned for the end of the video. And if you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so, and you can do it on Instagram at Regie Collects, or you can send me an email to reggie@regiecollects.com. And as I wrap up, do you have a favorite Dale Keown cover? And if so, post it up in the comment section. I can tell you one of the things that I personally struggle with is it doesn't seem like he does a whole lot of work these days. I really don't have a whole lot from him that's newer, except for like 1 or 2 other covers, of which I'll kind of show you in just a couple of moments, but it doesn't seem like the guy's kind of active. But again, if you have a favorite cover, please share it with me. Maybe it'll give me an opportunity to pick up a couple of additional books for my collection. Take care.